Fantasy
and Jacory Croskey-Merritt.
There he is, right there. Wow, what a layup of a transition. The Christmas Day top performers. Jacory Croskey-Merritt, only behind Dak Prescott. 11 carries, Matthew, for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, this was so annoying because, just like, Chris Rodriguez was ruled inactive just before the game, and I got a bunch of texts, what do we do with Jacory Croskey-Merritt? And I'm just like, the Cowboys have actually been a pretty good run defense since Quinnen Williams came there. Quinnen Williams was active in this game, and so I just said, I think Jacory Croskey-Merritt is an RB3 in this game. I think he's like a usable flex. This is what I wrote, and this is what I told my friends who texted me. I said, I think he's a usable flex. I think he can probably get about 50 yards with a shot at a touchdown, which he got. But then he broke off a 72-yarder or whatever, which was crazy. Like, he'd been bad up until that point. He had fallen in the end zone, and the one touchdown run was good. And then he breaks up this great run, and we're like, where has this been the whole time?
Right.
And so my friends that did not start Jacory Croskey-Merritt were very angry. Now, I did put him into my lineup against Connor in our huge seventh-place matchup.
Finding out about all of these matchups.
I'm already up. I'm already up big in this one as well. Look, I don't know that there's a takeaway here other than the fact that if you were playing next week and Rodriguez is still out, but it was nice to see Bill show the upside that we expected from the preseason. A little bit too late, but believe it or not, he's got the most rushing touchdowns of any rookie running back this year. He's got 8. He's actually third in rushing yards, despite the fact that he didn't play very much over the second half of the season.
Jonathan Medici asking, what's Bill's ADP next season?
I think it really depends on what else the Commanders do at the running back position. I've talking to some sources. Raheem Morris. Raheem Morris is always my source. It doesn't matter whether it's the Falcons or the Commanders or any team in the NFL. But
Brentford.
Raheem Morris tells me that what the Commanders really like Bill, but they think he's probably more of a 2, and that they want a thumper. I think they want a thumper. Bill Croskey-Merritt is like a shifty guy, third down back. Obviously has that explosiveness there, but I think even though he was able to punch it in, from the 8-yard line or whatever, that the Commanders want a thumper. I don't know that they feel like Chris Rodriguez is that guy. It'd be interesting if proud Fantasy Life investor Austin Eckler is back with the team. We don't know about that, but I do expect, whether it's through free agency or the draft, for the Commanders to get another, like a bigger back that I think they would want to, pair with Jacory Croskey-Merritt. So I think he is. So I guess my point is that I think he's probably like a 7th, 8th rounder next year.
Yeah.
I would think that too. Maybe even later.
Depending on what else they do.
Someone, clearly, like you said. Maybe sign someone.
But think of him as a third down back with some upside.
Yeah.
A little bit like what Kenneth Gainwell has been doing for a while now.
Yeah. There's still, this offense should be better next year with full year of Jaden Daniels. Don't forget, Jaden Daniels had the greatest rookie season of all time. Was in the NFC title game. I still think this guy is one of the top 6-7 talents in the league at quarterback. And he should be a cheat code for a running game. And we never really got to see that rolling this year. So still some upside in terms of efficiency for that running offense.
Here's how annoying Jacory Croskey-Merritt has been this year. Week 5, he had 27 fantasy points. Obviously, this past week, 22.5. All other 14 games, he averaged 6.3 points. He's been under 9 fantasy points in 11 of those 14 games.
Unplayable.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around why I'm playing you again. I beat you in round 1 of the loser bracket.
You did.
And we're playing again.
But then I worked my way back in.
I don't know. Who runs this league? This is the worst fantasy league ever created.
Yeah. Well, it's the League of Assholes.
Yes.
I believe producer Steven or Damien. One of those two is the commissioner.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm in the championship game. I got to buy. I'm starting Kanata Mumpfield and Michael Mayer in the championship
It's against
round.
Roto Pat. And this is, it pains me. I'm rooting for you. I hope you defeat Roto Pat.
I'm rooting for me too.
Yeah.
I don't feel great. Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't give me what I wanted yesterday.
No, he was tough.
Okay, but
We'll get to that game in a second. So Jacory Croskey-Merritt, actually, for those of you that had the guts to start him as a flex, that paid off as well. It was just nice to see the explosiveness that we knew was there from the preseason, but we hadn't really seen. Still not being used in the passing game as well, just a 3% target share this season. R.J. Harvey, however, speaking of somebody that is used in the passing game, his 2.5 receptions over, that cashed. His receiving prop, that cashed as well. 5 for 33 and a touchdown through the air for RJ Harvey, over 70 total yards in this game.
Looks very smooth and comfortable as a receiver.
He did. That little, the one-on-one against Brian Cook in the end zone was a really savvy, kind of sold it the whole way and turned around exactly the last
Good
minute.
play from Nix as well. Didn't panic.
He threw the ball before he was looking, Harvey. It was a perfect play.
Yep.
So,
might get them the 1 seed in the end.
I mean, honestly, and by the way, since J.K. Dobbins was injured, he's been the 11th best running back in fantasy football. So he's been good. It's been a lot inflated by some of the touchdowns, but they trust him, obviously, in scoring position.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.